Horrifying new details about the attack on Paul Pelosi and the alleged plot against House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. According to authorities, the man accused of breaking into her home and attacking her husband wanted to interrogate her, believing she was telling lies.
Well, he allegedly said that if he didn't like the answers, he was prepared to break her kneecaps. So David DePape now faces multiple charges, including attempted murder. He'll be arraigned later on today. Jonathan Vigliotti is outside the speaker's home in San Francisco. Jonathan, good morning.
Vlad, federal officials described a disturbing plan, saying the suspect came here to this home early Friday morning, intending to hold Nancy Pelosi hostage. He allegedly wanted to tie her up and then assault her using a hammer.
This was politically motivated.
San Francisco DA Brooke Jenkins was clear about what investigators say were the alleged attacker's intentions early Friday morning.
This House and the Speaker herself were specifically targets of the defendant.
Jenkins said there was no security at the home when David DePape broke in armed with 2 hammers, zip ties, tape, and a rope.
The defendant made his way upstairs, locating Mr. Pelosi in his bed sleeping. He woke him up, confronting him about the whereabouts of Speaker Pelosi.
Paul Pelosi told DePape his wife would not be home for several days, according to the newly released criminal complaint. At one point, the speaker's husband was able to go to the bathroom, which is where he called 911.
2 police officers arrived at the front door 2 minutes after that 911 call. When that door was opened, the defendant was holding his hammer, which Mr. Pelosi appeared to be attempting to control by holding a portion of that hammer. The defendant then pulled the hammer away from Mr. Pelosi and violently struck him in the top of his head.
At that point, Jenkins said, police immediately apprehended the suspect. According to the complaint, DePape then told police his plan was to hold Nancy hostage and talk to her. If she told the truth, he would let her go. And if she lied, he was going to break her kneecaps, saying she would then have to be wheeled into Congress, showing other members there were consequences to actions. DePape also explained generally that he wanted to use Nancy Pelosi to lure another unnamed individual. With the midterm elections a week away and threats against officials escalating, the DA called on everyone to tone down the rhetoric.
We should be able to all engage in passionate political discourse, but still remain respectful of one another.
And in a statement yesterday, Nancy Pelosi said her husband is making steady progress as he recovers from a fractured skull. Meanwhile, the suspect is expected to be arraigned later this afternoon. Anne-Marie, Vlad.
So, Jonathan, what else have we learned about DePape's background? Who is this guy?
Yeah, DePape had a long history of espousing political conspiracy theories. CBS News reviewed what are believed to be his social media accounts. Among those conspiracies, denying the results of the 2020 election. These weren't just words, though. Investigators laying out through their criminal complaint, he obviously intended to take action. In the bag of items that he brought here to this home, allegedly there was a journal that was found within. The contents within that journal we do not know, but sources have told CBS News that recovered here from the scene was a piece of paper, a list of other names of potential targets.
Jonathan, much has also been made about the fact that allegedly DePape was in this country illegally, having overstayed his visa. What are authorities telling you about that? And what steps are they taking to provide security for lawmakers in their homes?
Yeah, that report about the visa was initially reported by Fox News. CBS News has tried to track down that information. We have not been able to figure out if that is accurate or not. It goes without saying, though, when we talk about conspiracy theories and all of this spreading misinformation online, there are no borders when it comes to these kinds of messages. U.S. Capitol Police, they have beefed up their security around lawmakers starting this weekend as a result, obviously, of what happened here early Friday. We are being told there is some consideration being given to extend those services to the families of lawmakers as well.
All right, Jonathan Vigliotti for us. Thank you, Jonathan. Appreciate it.
Thank you.